What's up, family? What's up, family? It's your boy Jones. Welcome back to the detox. I hope your day is going great because my day is going well. I can't complain, right? So, today's episode is basically going to be about discipline. Just staying focused, staying on the grind. There's nothing wrong with taking a breather to yourself, some personal time, just so you can unwind and then get back to whatever you're doing with a more fresh mind, state of mind, right? But for me, these last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been active, but I haven't been disciplined. Discipline is when you are getting to it, every day. You're doing something every day towards the goal. Discipline is a lifestyle. I feel like discipline is definitely a lifestyle. So for me, the last 2 weeks, almost three, I've been very inconsistent and not disciplined within myself, right? So let's get into the episode, guys. So, guys, let's talk about the definition of discipline. The dictionary definition of discipline is to train people to obey a certain lifestyle or a certain set of rules, right? So we're not really talking about other people training you or we training other people. We're talking about training ourselves to do day in and day out, follow daily routines. Whether you don't want to or not, that's what discipline is. Get into it when you really don't want to. Just knowing that in the darkest hours when you're working, that's when the results will really show. Because when you're tired, you're sick, or not even sick, when you're tired or you just don't feel like doing it, you're feeling lazy. But when you get into it during those times, that's when it'll really count. Discipline is definitely important because everybody, if you want success, you have to be disciplined. Now, success doesn't always mean financial gains. It can be success in whatever you want to do. You want to work out, you want to learn how to cook, you want to learn how to pick up a trade or anything like that. You have to be disciplined, especially if you're new. You have to be disciplined because you're starting from the beginning. In order to really understand something, you have to delve yourself into it, right? You have to put yourself inside whatever it is that you're trying to do and be consistent. So that's why discipline is important. Whatever it is that you want to succeed in, you have to work at it day in and day out. Put some time in every day towards what you're doing. I'm not saying 24 hours, stay on the grind, but in your day while you're active or when you have leisure time. We have a lot of leisure time, more leisure time than we think sometimes. While you do have that leisure time, get into what you're doing, right? Like I said, even when you don't want to do it because in those darkest hours, that's when the results will truly shine, right? The more discipline and the more practice that you put into something, you're going to see the results. So day one, you may not be able to do it, but day five, it may be a different result because between day one and day five, you put in work to get better. So those results will show. What's worth achieving is not easy to get. Am I right or am I wrong? What's worth achieving is not easy to obtain. But then once you obtain it, you're going to have to work even harder. So once you obtain it, you're going to have to work even harder to keep it. I heard that when I was in school, going to college, it's easy to get in, but you're going to have to work even harder to stay in. And you hear that with successful people too. They say it's not hard to get rich. It's harder. You're going to have to work harder to keep your wealth, to keep the status that you have. So I feel like that's discipline. Once you gain a certain status or financial gain, then you got to keep going to stay on top, because if you just stop there, you're only lowering yourself, right or wrong. And then, like I said, only if you're looking to succeed in life or a certain aspect of life, then we know it's easier to be lazy. It's easier to not start your day early. It's easier to choose, a hamburger over a salad, or juice and soda over water. It's easier to choose those things, but when you do choose those things, you'll feel better because you know that there are benefits at the end. And then being lazy, it's not gonna make you better, especially if you know that you're supposed to be getting to something. If you know that you're supposed to be getting into something and you're choosing to procrastinate, then you're only causing yourself, more anxiety or more depression, because you know you're supposed to be getting to something. And I feel like discipline is that pill, to get over the anxiety, the depression, especially when, like I said, when you know you're supposed to be doing something and you feel like nothing's working. Gotta stay disciplined. You have to stay disciplined and consistent. Like, if you're new to this channel, it's a couple times I do like to make wildlife references. So today's wildlife reference, we're going to talk about, once again, lions. A lot with wildlife. Wildlife, I feel like they have discipline, they have a routine. There's a certain lifestyle that they keep day in and day out. Why? To survive. And I feel like us as humans sometimes very lackadaisical. Sometimes we procrastinate a lot. And then, like, with lions, they have to hunt. If they don't hunt, then they don't eat. They die, right? Same thing with birds. They migrate. If they don't migrate, they die. With salmon, if they don't go up that river, then they can't reproduce. They can't lay their eggs. They make that same pilgrimage at the same time every year, regardless of how long it is. That's discipline. That's something that's built inside of them. Just work on our discipline. And I'm talking to myself too. I know, and most of the time we know where we playing ourselves at. Nobody really has to tell us, get on it. A step each day, it makes a staircase tomorrow. A step each day makes a staircase tomorrow. Makes a staircase next week. Let's just keep going step by step by step by step by step, guys. So this is the video, guys. I'm just sipping on some tea, my morning tea. What's in here? I got some dandelion root, some prodigiosa root, and some burdock root. No, some rhubarb root. So guys, have a nice day. If you like the video, please leave a like, a subscribe, share, leave a comment if you feel. I will reply back. Have a nice day, guys. Thanks for tuning in.